Welcome back to Am Your Hero, and I'm going to be helping a lot of people out with this one. That's something that's not talked about, that when you try to search it on the internet, you can hardly find it. Well, it's got a name, and we're going to be talking about religious trauma syndrome, okay? How some organized religion leads to mental health problems. Now, let's get right started right now. Okay, so what is religious trauma syndrome? Alright, religious trauma syndrome, RTS, is a set of symptoms and characteristics that tend to go together and which are related to harmful experiences with religion. Which you guys know me, I have those harmful effects, those harmful experiences related with religion. Okay? Particularly God, Jesus, and the Bible itself. Okay, now, they are the results of two things: immersion in a controlling religion and the secondary impact of living a religious group. The RTS label provides a name and description that affected people often recognize immediately. Many other people are surprised by the idea of RTS because in our culture it is generally assumed that religion is benign and good for you. Or good for you. Just like telling kids about Santa Claus and letting them work out their beliefs later. Okay? People see no harm in teaching religion to children, but it's harmful. As you guys see me, and if you guys watch my other videos and go through my different ages from being newborn to going all the way up, 27, you guys are going to know. Okay? Now, but in reality, religious teachings and practices sometimes cause serious mental health damage. The public is somewhat familiar with sexual and physical abuse in religious contexts. Okay? So, as journalist Janet Hemelick was documented in Breaking Their Will, Bible-based religious groups that emphasize patriarchal authority in family structure and use harsh parenting methods can be destructive. But the problem isn't just physical and sexual abuse. Emotional and mental treatment in authoritarian religious groups also can be damaging because of one, toxic teachings like eternal damnation. That was my problem. Okay? Now, with abuse, you think in death you're going to be free from all the abuse. But then you go to church and they tell you that even in death you're going to still be abused. You're still going to be abused. Yeah. Know how hard that is? Now, or original sin. Original sin where you think everything's your fault. All this stuff that's happening that you didn't do jack squat. Anything that happened to you, then you start thinking it's your fault because you're a sinner, you're original sin, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Now, religious practices or mindsets such as punishment, black and white thinking, or sexual guilt. Sexual guilt. Molestation. Rape. Yeah. Neglect that prevents a person from having the information or opportunities to develop normally. Now, there you go. Religious trauma syndrome. Now you know. Now, wow, that house is really alive today. I mean, there's no one ever outside. No one is ever talking over there. But when I want to do these videos, man, here you go. Okay, so I'm going to explain how, basically, how I hated God because church. I hated God because church told me that he knew me as a spirit first before flesh. Yet, okay, so when they said that, I had to think, okay, so yet he put me in flesh, so I have a guaranteed chance to go to hell, which basically explains how much God hates me. Because I look, and I go to the Bible verse, and I explain it. It goes to Hebrews 10:26 says, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. It don't matter if you stop. It don't matter if you try to stop. You can't stop anyway. You can't. Society won't let you stop. The place where you live won't let you stop. The place where you live won't let you stop sinning. You're going to have to use YouTube. You're going to go to school. Schools, you're going to need YouTube. You're going to be conversating with sinners. You're going to be doing all the stuff that it tells you not to do in the Bible anyway. The only way that I came up with and I saw is to live as primitively as possible and to not wear any name brand stuff, not wear any expensive clothing. You can't do that stuff. You have to go out there at some campsite somewhere or some woods somewhere and just sit there and just try to live as primitive as possible. But then in that way you'll get all the blessings and you'll be following God, right? But wait. Wait, that's what the people in Africa are doing. That's what the people in all these other third world countries are doing. Because they may not have internet. They may not have stuff like that. They may not have school like that. They may not be able to conversate with sinners and all that extra stuff like that. I mean, they don't know. They don't know. Alright? They don't have expensive clothes. They make their own stuff. You know what I mean? So why ain't they being blessed? Why are we seeing continuous videos of them on our TVs needing food? They need food. Donate money. You know, they need water. Donate $3 a day, $1 a day. What? And these are the ones, but they up there, they praising their hands, they praising God, they wanting God to help them out. They helping for Jesus to help them out, and they following the Bible more closely than anybody here in the U.S. will ever going to follow it, because we got all this stuff. We're living in sin all the time, and there's no way to get out of it. There's no way. You can't do it. But them in Africa, but those people we see on TV, who's hungry, who need some food and some water, yeah, they living like that, like primitively, like of the Bible. They are living like this. But they can't get no help. But their situation is not solved no matter how many people is praying for them. No matter how many donations is going for them. They still got this problem. And they can't like make a society better for them. They can't provide jobs for them. They can't get them on their feet. They can't use all this United States, this U.S. technology, this U.S., information that we got of people knowing how to build, engineers, electronic, electricians, all that, plumbing system, people who understand the plumbing, all that. Can't help them out? Come on, get for real. Get for real. But then again, we're not looking for that. We're praying for them. So we expecting the God to send, an angel down and go give them some food or build them something or go, because look, in the Bible, God says angels to go kill and do all this, destroy. But he's also a creator, right? Right. So we praying and donating. We doing our part, and we hunting God to send down angels and cherubims and seraphims to go talk to them and go show them what to do and show them how to live. But then that's not happening. It's not happening. Been this way for years and years and years, and it's still not happening. So let's keep going. Now, so I explain how I thought in death I could finally be free from all abusers. But then, because while I was getting abused, this lady, I think it was like Miss Thatcher or something like that, she took me to this church. Well, I started going to church, and I was trying to find out, how do I get rid of abusers, blah, 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 and all that extra stuff. Yeah, if you saw my last video, you know what I'm talking about. So, what happened is that I thought that, when I die, I'm going to be free from all abuse. No more pain, no more worry. I'm just going to be gone. I want to be free. And now, in the inside, I knew that I was going to be free. I knew that I was going to be a spirit, all that stuff. And that's what I initially knew without any programming from church. So, but when I started going to church told me that I would go to a place called hell to be abused for all eternity. They ruined it. You see, this is why I do my videos. It's for all y'all out there who can't find your voice to talk about this. You all's problems are unique, if it's as unique as mine is, where the Bible itself, church itself, baptism, all that stuff, the stuff that they said was supposed to get rid of demons actually brought demons to you. It actually made things so much worse. You started donating to a church, then you started losing then you lost your job. Instead of being blessed, you had all your blessings taken away from you. Okay? You're doing all the stuff they say, and opposite things are happening. Okay. You people that are like me, all the videos I do is for y'all. Where we're just not getting out there, people aren't talking about this. It's for you. Okay? Now, let's continue. So, explain how I wanted to commit. So this is, I wanted to commit suicide just to get it over with. Because living life just to get it over with, because living life of anticipation of going to hell was becoming too much. So it's like, I might as well just kill myself. What the heck am I here for? I'm going to be here all this time. I'm going to be going to hell anyway. I've already done stuff knowing that it was sinful. When I'm little, when I was like 13, I said, what I do? Well, I looked at some, I was in the bathroom. My dad's door was open, and I saw some of his adult videos. Next thing I know, I'm watching adult videos. And then I hear from church, that stuff is bad, blah, blah, blah. But I still do it anyway. Why? Because I'm being molested. That's why. And then, and it feels like, when you're being molested by a guy, someone who's, you're 12, 13, and it started when you was 8 years old. And this dude's like 18, 19, 20, 21. Years going by. You go to school. It's like you can't get a girlfriend. You can't get girls to like you. Now, I didn't like them in a sexual way. It's just, I just wanted to know that girls would like me. Like, am I desirable by a woman? By a girl. Based off of my situation. And, no. I would ask them out. They would say no. One day, I just said, screw it. I'm going to ask out all the girls I like. And all the girls I think are pretty. And all the girls I think are nice. I'm just asking them all out. One day. And so, I did that. I mustered up the courage. Went and asked them all out. All in one day. They all said no. It's like, dang. So in my head, so you start to think, dang, they see my situation. They know what's happened to me somehow. Even they don't know me and never said anything about it. But that's how you will think, okay? Now, here we go. So, yeah. Going to hell, you just wanted to get over with because of that stuff right there. It's just be too much. It's too much. And the Bible didn't tell me how to get rid of him. It tried. They said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. I said that to him. Guess what happened? Choked my freaking neck, slammed my head down, and said, no one will ever believe you. And while I'm sitting there choking. But yet again, church lied to me. Yet again, they told me that if I was to say that, he will stop what he's doing, and he has to listen to Jesus, and he has to listen to God's words, and he will stop what he's doing. But instead, the situation got way worse. I got choked, and I got slammed into the bed with this dude on top of me. Yeah. Alright? Let's continue. Now here's another thing. We see Grammy Award, okay, here's another thing. Celebrities saying, thank you. This is all the stuff related to that religious trauma syndrome. Alright, this isn't like 2 videos after one. This is about that. This is the stuff that makes you think like that. The stuff that makes the religious trauma syndrome get to you. Because you are thinking about these complex things that's not really that complex. Because it's what church is saying. And you are listening to them. You want stuff to stop. You want things to get better. You want the blessings to come. You want to believe them, but it's not happening. It's not happening. You're doing everything you can. You're getting rid of friends. Or you're staying away from certain family members. You're trying to, you don't do drugs. You're doing everything that you can to obtain these blessings because in this world, it's material, and we need material blessings. Sorry, but spiritual blessings is a whole different thing. Okay? Because when you get spiritual blessings, they automatically say that that's the devil giving that to you. And that's the demons, and that's the devil giving you those blessings. He's giving you spiritual blessings. They never tell you, they never ever say that God is the one giving you spiritual blessings. They always give Satan, that's the devil. They always make the devil stronger than God. They always make it sound as if, the devil is the only person to give you any strength. He's the only person to give you any abilities. Okay? He's the only person to nominate you. Wrong. God nominates you. But every time you listen, every time you go to a church, always remember, you're entering into a denomination. They are denominating you all the time. All right, let's continue. Okay, so celebrities say things like, "Thank you, God and Jesus," when winning awards, and how they make millions, but everyone else saying it doesn't. So the celebrities get on their Grammy Awards. They say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. you know, for this award, and I got, first of all, first person I want to thank is God and all that and that. You know, okay, well, a bunch of people, other people else, you know, and they making millions of dollars, but everybody else saying the same thing. They not making millions of dollars. But they Christians too. Okay, so they thinking God, they thinking Jesus on the stage, in front of everybody, on TV. And they're in here making millions of dollars. That's awfully funny, because supposedly in other reports, in their news, they're doing sinful stuff all the time. But yet they're thanking God, and they're thanking Jesus, and they're getting all these blessings. But you not, though. And you following this stuff way better than them. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go somewhere. So then Matthew 19:24 says, "And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter in the kingdom of God." So that means that you got to stay poor. You got to be content of where you are, being poor, knowing doggone well that your body itself will not be content with starving. Your body itself will not be content with being cold. Your body itself will not be content in being in a uncontrolled environment. God did not build your body in a way. He didn't build your body in a way to follow this Bible. You can't do it. Alright? Not unless you're spiritually advanced. But to get spiritually advanced, you got to go against this Bible in the first place. So, let's continue. Okay. So prayer is not working for some Christians trying to live life the right way, to obtain a better life. And yet someone else obtains the blessings and don't even live life as righteous as you do. And you know it. Everybody's had, I don't know if everybody, but a lot of people's had people that they knew doggone well wasn't living life as good, wasn't living as life as a true Christian as much as you were. You stayed off YouTube. You stayed off the social media. You tried not to communicate with sinners. You stayed away from family members. You broke up with friends. You broke up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend because you wasn't married, or you had sex and you wasn't married, or all that extra stuff. You know, or you was on drugs and you just quit cold turkey and went through all the sweats and went through being mean to people and all that stuff just to calm down. You went through all that stuff. You did everything you could. You know, God said sell all your stuff. You sold all your doggone stuff, and now you living with your mama or your papa. Okay? And yet here's somebody that has done absolutely none of that stuff you did. They're getting jobs left and right. Getting jobs left and right, or getting promoted left and right, getting presents, getting stuff for free, you know, finding the right person of their life, everything. But you, who will follow this book to a freaking T, like you are serious, like, you know, you really believe in hell's gonna burn you up forever and ever, and this other person over here claims to be a Christian as much as you, but they're getting all these blessings, but you not, though. You applied for over 200 applications, can't get a job, living at your mom's house, you know, living at your pop's house, you know, grandma, grandpa, whoever, auntie, uncle, but you can't get the blessings that they get, no. But you following it more, and you're praying harder, and you're more of a true Christian than they are. But church says that you're supposed to get more blessings. That they're not going to get the blessings because they're not doing that stuff. It's you. You know, every little bit of money that you do, you know, that you do work for, you know, doing chores around, you know, whoever you living with house, and they give you money. You just take that money, you give it to the church, as you know. Okay, so that you can, because God will bless you when you give money. God will bless you. You'll be blessed. Okay, great. So then the next 10 jobs, you have faith, you pray about it, and you didn't get a single interview. Matter of fact, not only did you not get an interview, you didn't even get a regret to inform you letter that you didn't even get the job. Now a letter and not even an email. Yeah. Okay. Now, so how the Bible, God, sends angels to people, okay, in flesh, disguised to be angels, but for other people he don't. So in the Bible he sends angels to people. He sends them right there in the 3D world, here in the 3D, the three-dimensional, the world or physical, where we bleed, where we burn and our flesh grows back, just like it says about hell. Yeah, and this hell here, God in the Bible has sent cherubims and seraphims, angels. He sent them to go talk to people. He sent them to go kill thousands of people. Now these aren't fallen angels. This is God sending his angels to go do all this. Now Let's not get started on the body counts of how many people Satan killed and how many people God's killed. Let's not get on the body count. Let's not get on the count on who was the first to deceive man and you know, who was the first person to deceive man. Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's go ahead and just stick with the, you know, talk about how for us here, of the church, of the Christians, of the people of the Bible, you know, people who worship the Bible, worship God, worship Jesus, all that stuff, praying hard and hard, fasting. I mean, you know, this guy fasted tried to do the 40 days and 40 nights, and you know, he went to the woods and he just sat there and fasted all the time. You know what? He died. Yeah. He died trying to follow this book, trying to do what God did, trying to do what Jesus did, and show that his truth to the faith and all this stuff, and he died. Families crying and all this and that. Left kids behind. Left kids behind. Alright, anyway. That's another thing. That's the last thing I got for y'all to explain this religious trauma syndrome. Okay? It's a real thing. You guys now know about it. But that's the last thing I'm going to let y'all know and have to think about. The simple fact that he sends angels to kill and give advice and fix things. Cherubims and seraphims and angels in the Bible. But for you, he don't. You can't get him to do it. No matter how hard you try, you can't get him to do it. I mean, you just got to think. Why is it that Jesus' disciples didn't have to sell all their stuff? Why is it that Jesus' disciples didn't have to do half the stuff the Bible's telling you to do? But yet they were his disciples. Thanks for watching.